Hello everybody, welcome back. It's JudiciousFire, and I am here with the top 10 defensive heroes in the game of Castle Clash. We're going to look at the top 10 heroes that are there to defend your base from attackers and hopefully not get you 100%ed. Please hit the subscribe button. We are on our way to 20k subs, and the channel is doing well, and it's a good thing to see, and thank you for your support in all of this. Last but not least, we are also accepting applications here in KOA. We are on the iOS server. If you're an iOS player, you're interested in joining the guild, 1.5 million might and above, contact me on Line app, JudiciousFire, just like it appears. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Coming in at number 10, top 10 defensive heroes. I'm going with Cosmo. Cosmo for a variety of reasons. He just basically wraps up the attackers. In today's game, you can get your base 100%ed pretty quickly, especially if attackers have doom balloons and a bunch of base damaging heroes. Cosmo can help to reduce the likelihood that you're going to get smashed immediately. He stops a good pocket of heroes and basically paralyzes them for the time that they're out on the board. Great defensive hero. I've got him going with a Dragon's Cover. Dragon's Cover or Wicked Armor. He's going to need one or the other somewhere in this equation. If not, he's a dead man. The Reflect will kill him. Dragon's Cover, I think, helps to keep him alive. He can be taken out kind of quickly under the wrong circumstances, but if you build him tanky and you let him kind of do his job, he can do very, very well, especially with a healer on your team. So I went Dragon's Cover, and because he is a defensive hero, and I'm always looking for his auto proc, his ability to automatically activate his skill once his energy reaches 100, I have also the Empower. So one way or another, I might go Empower, Wicked Armor, I might go Dragon's Cover, and Empower, like I'm doing right now. If I were running the Empower, I can run the Wicked Armor as well. For equipment, I've got him going with a Holy Conviction for the damage reduction. That's basically it. Equipment in his traits. I went all accuracy. We used to run Cosmo a lot in Archdemon, and I think it was before this whole new trait system. I used to run attack on the guy, like an old Cosmo video. Now, an accuracy Cosmo is really the one to go after. While he's paralyzing people, he should be doing them damage, and he needs accuracy in order to achieve that. As far as pets, you got a whole bunch of different pets you can run on this guy. I would probably tend to keep him toward the center of my base, or at least not right at the edge where he can get smashed by an attack team. So I would probably go with something that is defensive in terms of a pet, and that would be like a Radiant Hawk. Or it would be, you got damage reduction and healing with Radiant Hawk. A Cold Drake gives a little bit of reflect. That can be helpful. Q Kitsune gives dodge. That would be very helpful. Also gives a heal. And if I were running old school pets, I would probably run in like something like a Bublo or a Mini Angie, something that auto activates, especially if it's in the center of my base, and doesn't rely on the hero being attacked or doing any attacking. So it'll always be functioning. Best, put a healer on your team and put him alongside Cosmo. Our number 9, best defensive hero in the game of Castle Clash. Gonna go with Ripper. Ripper does a lot of damage. If it's not a damage cap hero that he's hitting, he could effectively be one-shotting them at 1300% his attack against 5 enemy heroes. He does do a tremendous reduction in healing. That's 90% for 3 seconds every 3 seconds. He also silences. The silencing is not as effective in today's game because we have so many heroes that are immune to silence. So that is the one thing that really is sad about Ripper. The silence doesn't have as great effect as it used to in the game at Castle Clash. Also, he can be a little squishy, so don't fear damage reduction on this guy. He's already got a massive attack. You don't need to try to make that even better at the cost of his life. Allow him to survive. And I do so with a Dragon's Cover, same as the Cosmo setup. It's an auto proc hero that I use defensively. Dragon's Cover, so he doesn't eat Reflect, also gives him some damage reduction. If I'm not running that, I'm running some form of auto proc. So maybe I'll use a Wicked Armor if I want a little extra attack. Maybe I could use a Dragon's Cover. It's always going to be something like that. I could use a Sacred Light. Sacred Light's very good on him. Anything that is going to up his health and his ability to absorb heals and his ability to reduce damage. Speaking of, I have Holy Conviction. Does nothing for his attack, but allows him to survive a lengthy battle and attack multiple times. That's what it takes, especially against damage-capped heroes. And for traits, I went all dodge on the guy. He gets a huge dodge bonus. And that huge dodge bonus is made even more intense with this dodge build. For pets, I would typically go with something that's going to be like with Cosmo, a Radiant Hawk for damage reduction and healing, maybe some deflect from a Cold Drake. Also, that's always operating. So for a hero that you put in the center of your base, Cold Drake is a really nice pet to have. Q Kitsune is made for Ripper. It's probably his preferred pet. It's going to give a huge dodge bonus atop all the dodge he already has. And it's also going to perform a heal, and that's something he's lacking. He's a great hero. He can kill off heroes as they come in from the edges of the screen. Some of them he can silence, but he is a hero that you got to try to keep alive with damage reduction and a healer on your team. And our number 8 hero on the top 10 Castle Clash Defensive Heroes Countdown, we have Anubis. Anubis made an appearance on the prior video, Top 10 Support Heroes. So here's a hero that I would put on both lists. A great supportive hero, but also a wonderful defensive hero. Number 8 choice, especially in today's game. Anubis is going to reduce the attack ability of the enemy. And he's going to do that globally, max effect, auto proc, automatic. And it's going to reduce their attack ability by almost 60%. So if you're getting hit by Dovekeeper teams and Zephyrica teams and Dynamica teams, Anubis can help to bring their attack ability down by 60%, allowing your defensive heroes to actually stand a chance at killing them off before they do so much base damage that you end up losing anyway. Anubis kind of neutralizes the enemy. He hits a ton at a time, 100 at a time. And he's got 3 lives built in. He's a hero that I think moving towards attack would be good for him because he's got so many built-in lives. So Anubis is an auto proc hero. I want to take advantage of that. I do so with the Empower. I could do Empower Wicked Armor, Empower Dragon's Cover, Empower Unholy Pact, but I'm going to be susceptible to Reflect and Deflect. If I don't want that, and I can use this guy in so many different game modes, not just defensively. I can go extra attack with the Wicked Armor. I could still use the auto proc ability with an Empower insignia. I could do that and an Unholy Pact and really liquidate guys because I know he's got 3 built-in spare lives. I don't mind if he goes out. Sometimes these base attacks is 20 seconds and it's over. This guy will live at least that long. So don't worry about upping his attack ability. I've got the Holy Conviction on there, and that's just so the guy doesn't go out in a blink, come back, go out in a blink. He can get completely one-shotted in this game, but with some damage reduction through the Holy Conviction, it doesn't really happen. It's a slow progression as his health goes down, rather than one shot and gone. Now I have all attack on this man. I chose to get his attack ability up. So if I'm wanting to get a maximum damage effect against heroes, I might want to have a pet that has accuracy. You want to balance these numbers in this game. Trying to get enough attack that it's going to actually do damage. And then enough accuracy that you're actually going to hit the enemy. Somewhere around, I'm going to say 15,000 to 20,000 accuracy is really what it takes in a general player versus player game mode, because you can get dodge up to that level. And for attack, sky's the limit. The new epic heroes, they're coming in at 125. But with Anubis like this, he's got about 80,000 base attack, and that's enough to pretty much take care of anybody who doesn't have a damage gap. Because I know that Anubis is going to be alive for at least the first 30 seconds of battle as he keeps reviving, I can give him a whole bunch of different pets. I can give him the ability to heal. I can give him the ability to reflect damage. I think that the Dire Wolfling is a really, really great pet to use. You're able to bring down the energy of the enemy. It's a great defensive pet to have. So far we've had like a Cold Drake, a cute Kitsune, a Dire Wolfling. If you want to put something even like a Brave Croc on him, it's a great attack pet to have. And Anubis, maybe towards the outside of your base, is going to definitely be doing some attacking. So we've got 3 or 4 of those mutant pets spoken for, and we're kind of starting to build a team here is what we're trying to do. And number 7 on our countdown of the top 10 defensive heroes, we have Phobos. Phobos also made an appearance on the top 10 support heroes list. This is a hero that's appearing twice, and one I would take note of. And I'm going to take note of as I continue through this series. Phobos is a really great helper for your team. He does damage against the enemy. He has the ability to silence those who can be silenced if they're in his nearby area. He reduces energy. That's very helpful. A lot of heroes in this game are not immune to energy reduction. They may have fast energy recovery, and that will help them to recover from that. But he can take the majority of heroes' energy down. And if he's right in front of them hitting them, they can't get that energy back up in most cases. He's also going to be deflecting 50% of the damage he takes. He's a tremendously tanky hero, and a hero that can last the full battle if you build him with a little bit of damage reduction at the cost of some of that deflect. I go with an Empower. He's an auto-proc hero. Really, really great. I can give him that ability throughout any game mode, especially defensively. He's a hero where, at the cost of his deflect, I'm willing to make him super, super tanky. And with Sacred Light, that's about as tanky as this guy gets. It's damage reduction and health. With Crest, I might go with the Empower, I might go a Wicked Armor. Now I have no deflect lost anywhere in this equation, and I just make him even more attack oriented. If I want to go full damage reduction, I might go something like a Sacred Light Dragon's Cover, and now all of a sudden you have a tremendous amount of damage reduction all paired into this one build, and it's like a Phobos who's very difficult to take out. No matter what I'm doing, I have to give a little bit of his deflect away with a Holy Conviction. It's probably still the best enchantment in the game for the majority of heroes. This is going to give him the chance to reduce the amount of damage that he takes, so he doesn't get one-shotted in this game. When you get hit with a 40 million Dovekeeper hit, every little bit counts. For Phobos' traits, I have all dodge. You could make the argument that accuracy is equally, if not more important on the guy. I think it's a player preference. I like to use him as a disruptive hero. This is why he's such a great defense hero. And the longer he stays alive, the better. Especially in today's environment where a single Dynamica skill activation can pretty much kill anything. So I like for him to dodge a little bit and to stay out of harm's way half the time. Because Phobos is so tanky, you can go a variety of different ways with pets. You can make him more attack-oriented, and that depends a lot on the traits that you choose for your specific mutant and super pets. And you could do something like a Brave Croc. You could certainly do something like a Bellicose Bull, and that's all going to help to do damage against the enemy. A Dire Wolfling, again, is really great. If you want to give him a healing ability, a Radiant Hawk is really nice. If you want to continue to boost dodge on the man, you could do a cute Kitsune. What I've chosen to do, let's take a look at the pet. The most recent pet in the game, Sullen Serpent, it does auto attack against enemies every couple of seconds. It also dramatically reduces healing. And I always thought this would be a good pet for accuracy traits, because you want to hit when you're doing that kind of an attack. And so I pair straight accuracy. The very first trait is always going to be some level of attack, 5 to 100. And I give it to Phobos whenever Phobos is on my base defending. And it helps to give him, 26,000 accuracy. And it makes up for the fact that I have dodge traits on him. But now he has a decent level of dodge, and he can survive, hit, and be a great defender all around. Now move into our number 6 hero on the top 10 Castle Clash defensive heroes countdown. We have Boreal Fox. Boreal Fox is a really, really great hero for keeping attackers from making progress in smashing your base or killing off your heroes. He's a great defensive wall, and he's got a global attack ability. That global attack ability should be taken advantage of through the use of an Empower. I have a Dragon's Cover and an Empower setup. If I'm doing a Dragon's Cover, I probably have an Empower insignia. If I'm doing Empower, I might go with a Wicked Armor. And I've also found a lot of good things from a True Piety in terms of the damage that he can do to attackers. This is a great hero for holding the enemy while your other heroes provide the killing blow. Okay? So try to think about this guy more like a as thick a brick wall as you could possibly build him. You've got to first worry about reflect damage in this game. This is why I have either a Wicked Armor or a Dragon's Cover set up. And then with the equipment, yet again, I have a Holy Conviction, and this is the theme that's running through this. If I want my heroes to survive for more than 20, 30 seconds, I've got to have some kind of damage reduction on them somewhere. And if you can't get Holy Conviction and you're using like a healing ritual, hey, great, use a Sacred Light Insignia. Make sure there's some kind of damage reduction on the heroes that we've spoken about. We've looked at this kind of a build, use of auto proc through Empower, use of reflect mitigation through Dragon's Cover or Wicked Armor. We've looked at that on Boreal Fox. We've looked at it on Cosmo, on Ripper, and that consistent theme of a little bit of damage reduction in there somewhere, either through enchantment or through talent or insignia. For traits on Fox, if I want Fox to actually be doing damage and doing more than just holding the enemy in place, I have to up accuracy. Accuracy on Fox against the premier heroes, you got to have like 20,000 accuracy before you're consistently and reliably hitting heroes. When you're running this kind of an accuracy setup on Fox, that True Piety becomes a killer. And you can use an Empower as well in order to get that auto proc effect. But remember, you're not going to be shielded against damage reflect. But you get the effect of a heal and the change from damage to healing process. So, it's a coin flip. Trying to build teams with our pets in the same way that we build teams with our heroes. We've mentioned specifically maybe 5 pets by now. And Boreal Fox falls into that same category, where if you wanted to have a more attack style fox, you might put the Dire Wolf on. Going to reduce energy and do an attack. If you want some healing, you might go with a Radiant Hawk. If you have Cold Drake, you might get a little extra reflect, help to mitigate some of the damage that Boreal Fox has taken. Kikutsuni for the heals, for the dodge increase, ups the longevity of Fox, helps to balance out a little bit some of the accuracy that he happens to have. Again, this is a pet like we showed on the last hero. This pet for me has all accuracy, and now I've got a Boreal Fox that's like 40,000 accuracy. So he really can't be dodged at that point. It also provides a dramatic healing decrease. I do one pet in particular. Let's take a look at that pet. A lot of times I'm running Sage Lioness on Boreal Fox. And the reason is this. Boreal Fox is a target. Boreal Fox can be such an effective defender that when people attack your base, they say, let me target Fox and try to take him out first. This particular pet provides a entangle, and it basically stops the heroes from attacking normally. But the hero has to be under attack when the hero is attacked. And I pretty much know that people are going to often target Fox. So I like the fact that this hero, the hero triggers the skill effect of the pet when attacked. As far as attributes on this pet, I went all attack because I figured that if you're going to be entangling, thereby holding enemies, you want accuracy or you want attack. And on a pet or on a hero that has a very high accuracy already, and most of my heroes have pretty high accuracy, I can push attack and get it up another 16,234. And that's very substantial on any hero, especially a great defender like this. And our number 5 hero on the top 10 Castle Clash defensive heroes countdown is going to be Rune Master. Rune Master made a appearance on the top 10 support heroes countdown. So here's another hero along with Phobos and Anubis so far that have been on both countdowns. And it's because Rune Master delivers. He does so many things simultaneously to give you a strong defense and to help your other heroes be greater defenders, attackers, survivors. He does attack damage. He paralyzes the enemy. He reduces their ability to gain energy from normal attacks, receiving damage. Basically, they get an energy shutdown for a little while. He increases the critical rate of your heroes by 60%. That's tremendous. That can be a game changer. He also does nearby area damage, and in addition, has a great damage cap that kicks in, allowing him to only take 9,000 damage. Either way, he is going to be susceptible to reflect in this game. And there's so many heroes that have that, pets that have that, combos that have that, game modes that have that, and attackers that have that. You're going to want to have Dragon's Cover or Wicked Armor. And it's not deja vu. It's the same style of build. These are all auto proc heroes. These are heroes where you got to take at least some advantage of the ability to auto proc. If you're not doing that, you're either A, relying on the fact that your heroes are going to be attacked and take so much damage that their energy bar is going to fill up, or B, you're going to provide them with energy through another hero like an Athene or a Cupid. That is a small percentage of players who are doing that, and I don't know if you can do that consistently and constantly in this game as it evolves. Although it certainly is fun. This kind of build is a common build for what we're trying to do. Do the auto proc or give them the ability, like in Rune Master's case, to reduce damage and to not be susceptible to reflect deflect. If I'm doing Dragon's Cover, I'm doing an Empower when he's on D. If I'm doing an Empower and I want to be extra attack style, I do a Wicked Armor. Now all of a sudden the attack gets boosted, but I'm still not eating reflect to the point where it's actually killing off Rune Master. Equipment, a little bit of Holy Conviction. That little dab will do you, and it'll keep you alive, and that is very important, especially in the Dynamica world we're living in right now. Let's jump to his traits. All accuracy. I want this guy to hit. He does a lot of damage, and he does consistent damage. I'm guesstimating, let's say, half the things that he does in terms of boosting and buffing your other defenders. That's not accuracy reliant. And that stuff's going to, like the crit bonus, for example, that's going to happen no matter what. If you had all dodge, he would still be giving a crit bonus to the other heroes. But with accuracy, at least some level of accuracy, like given here, he's actually going to be doing damage in addition to giving that great crit bonus, which he can enjoy as well. For pets, I never want to forget our old school pets. I think any kind of a healing pet on this guy is going to be great. And that can be anything from a Rudolph to a Fennec pet Dapper Bat, any of these, Mini Angie, that's great. Bublo. If you're going to go into the realm of our mutant and super pets, remembering that mutants and super pets do exactly the same thing skill-wise. Only difference is that one has an extra trait slot than the other and provides a higher percentage-based bonus based on those traits. You can go a whole bunch of different ways with this guy. You want to give him a little bit of heal, put on the Hawk. You want to give him a little bit of extra damage dealing capability in the sense that the enemy will take more damage when attacked. If they don't have a damage cap, go with a Bellicose Bull. If you want to give him a little bit of reflect, deflect, great. And I can do it with Cold Drake. You can do our new friend, the healing reducer here, Sullen Serpent. I have accuracy. Other players will have different things. Rune Master already has a tremendous amount of accuracy. So typically, let's look at the pet I typically put on a guy. Because Rune Master has that damage cap, I don't mind giving him an attack-based pet. I'm going to have a healer on my team. I'm not worried about giving him more damage reduction or giving him extra heals. That'll be taken care of. So I give him the ability to reduce the energy regain rate of the enemy and to consistently and constantly do attack damage through the use of the pet. And I like to give my Rune Master as much attack as possible. Why not make him a killer? Because he can do a lot of things. He's a jack of all trades, but he really does excel at base defense, and he really does excel at hero killing if he's a member of a team. So I go with all attack. I have no problem with that on Dire Wolf, because I always consider Dire Wolf to be one of the true attack pets in this game. It really doesn't do anything other than wound or reduce the ability of the enemy. And our number 4 hero on the top 10 Castle Clash defensive heroes countdown, it's going to be Zephyrica. And I know it's blasphemy to put Zeph at number 4. But the reason I do is, number 1, Zeph is a great hero. That's why he's in the top 5, okay? And a great defensive hero. He's got a consistent damage cap, permanent damage cap. He's a hero that has a great tanky ability, great ability to globally attack, to cause a paralysis. He ignores pretty much most effects. He has a true damage-like attack. He's got his own healing. He can be a great guy in terms of base defense, but in fighting Dynamicas, he can go out pretty quickly. That rapid fire Dynamica attack can take him out. So you got to keep that in mind. He can last for nearly the full battle, much more than a lot of the other heroes that we've looked at in this game so far. But he is a hero that is going to require a healer or somebody who's in a support role to help him be the best Zeph that he can be. He's an auto-proc hero. I always want to take advantage of that. Regardless of where he is on the base, I want him to be able to auto-proc in a defensive sense. So I give it an empower. Now, there are many insignias that you can run with this. I have a fiery comet. I love it. It basically makes stealth useless against me. It also does a really nice attack. It doesn't do so rapid fire, but when it does activate and hit, it can be really devastating. And it can stop heroes like Ronins and other Zephs and Dove Keepers. He is going to take reflect and deflect damage in this game. And although he doesn't have a damage cap, it's going to act like a second hit against him in combat. It's going to be the damage he's taking plus what he takes in reflect and deflect. It's going to basically double the damage and reduce his life by half. So you can go Wicked Armor on the guy. You can go Dragon's Cover on the guy. It's perfectly fine. Keep in mind, we got Bloody Marys and we got stinking Valiant Saintus coming up after us. So having a little bit of damage reduction on Zephyrica these days is not scatterbrain. That's an effective and logical method. I also find that Soul Healer is wonderful insignia or talent to use. Going to reduce the healing of the enemy. It's going to give him a huge HP boost. And because he has a damage cap, that's essentially going to be, more than doubling his life in most circumstances against most enemies. And a great crit resist. That helped to keep man alive. His enchantment, I run Spectre's Instinct. I can run a lot of different things on Zeph. I don't think there's a bad enchantment, really. It's just various shades of how well you're utilizing Zephyrica's abilities. So, you take what you can get, but if you ever get a Spectre's Instinct, put it on Zeph and see if you like it. I think it does very, very nice, and it pairs very well with that Fiery Comet that I often run. His other talent, I didn't mention it because it's very, very specific to me as a player. I use Zeph in so many different game modes, not just defensively. And game modes like the Lonely Sea series, I was blanking on it. Lonely Sea series, things like a Wailing Rift, even an Ember Army. Zephyrica is a great hero to have, and with that Sunder, he gets really high attacks for every second he's out there. He's going to get an opportunity to be doing extra attacks in battle and start to rack up over time and give you a higher score. If you are using Sunder on Zephyrica in specific game modes to really max his DPS, you can run a Brawler's Favor on him as well, and that will also give him extra attacks in battle. The question often comes up, just a brief aside, a question often comes up in Castle Clash, why is Brawler's Favor used in these game modes to increase DPS? Why is Brawler's Favor used often in an Archdemon scenario? The heroes we're fighting in these scenarios are not Warden specific. Thereby, it's not going to have the effect that we would want it to have. This is all true. Every one of the Warden faction insignias, the red, the green, the white, all of them will provide extra hits in battle, higher DPS, higher scores over time cumulatively. And because the bad guys in those game modes are not Warden specific, we're just looking for the extra DPS as well as, look at the Tilted Sword, 9,085. Provides a 9,085 attack boost to our friend Zephyrica, whereas the green only does 74.57 and the white 66.96. So we can effectively get nearly 3,000 more attack added to Zeph, choosing the red over the white just because of the insignia bonus. So that's why it's used. I've always had accuracy on Zeph ever since he was introduced to the game, and it's never failed me. I wouldn't change it. I think that when it comes to traits, hey, you get what you can get. I know that Android players enjoy the opportunity to reroll traits once a day with like a free ad. iOS players don't get that. Hey, if I got some dodges, I would certainly be doing that. You got to take what you can get. I thought more effectively, he's a hero killer. And as a base defender, when the bad guys come in to the sides of the screen, he's going to be globally attacking them and doing real tremendous damage over time. And it can even take out, over time, other Zephs, Dove Keepers, and help to take out Dynamicas with the help of a full team. You're going to need accuracy. So that would be number one. If you're looking for like a dodge Zephyrica, think about going dodge on a different hero. What you're trying to accomplish and achieve can be accomplished and achieved in this game and far more effectively with other heroes. Zeph is a hero killer. Allow him accuracy so he can do his job. Okay, pets on this man. We have ourselves a full pet team by this point in the countdown. We've used multiple pets. Basically, each and every one of these, with the exception of about 2, have been introduced in some member of the team. And you can get the same kind of effects on Zeph. You want a little bit of damage as well as energy reduction. You go Dire Wolf. Go Dire Wolf. If you want a little bit of healing and damage reduction, which can still be effective against Bloody Marys and Saintus attacks. You can go with our friend the Radiant Hawk, and who comes up with these names? And you want, just like our friend Boreal Fox, this is a pet that triggers when attacked. Zeph can also be the source of immediate attack by those who are raiding your base. This is a really good pet to have on him. Let's look at the pet specifically that I always seem to have on Zeph in one game mode or another, especially defense. In game mode after game mode and base defense day after day, I more than often have the Brave Croc on him. Brave Croc is probably the best attack oriented pet that we have at our disposal. This pet is going to do a heck a ton of damage, almost 1,800 pet attack damage. Reduce healing, and when Brave Croc is in play, meaning just out there on the board, in any game mode, it's going to be dealing damage equal to 4% of the enemy target's health every 2 seconds, as long as the enemy is nearby. And when Zeph's out, he's always in the thick of things. So this is a great pet that does damage over time as well. I have all attack, because on a great attack pet, I know I'm going to put it on a hero killer, because I want to do even extra hero killing. And I know I don't build hero killers without accuracy. I know this hero's already going to have accuracy. As long as I've got that, then I can up attack, I could up crit, I could up crit damage, as long as there was the ability to crit, maybe with the Vigorous Fury, which is another great talent or insignia for Zeph. So Zeph has a lot of possibilities in this game, and is one of today's top defenders. Number 3, best defensive hero in the game. It's going to be Wallawalla. I put Walla at number 3, even one step ahead of Zeph, because without Walla, your heroes die. Okay? Walla is really an essential base defender. He is I'd say the best healer in the game. He is an excellent support hero and made our top 10 support heroes countdown as well. But he also does a variety of things that make your heroes better base defenders. He does damage. He reduces the healing ability of enemies. He reduces their movement speed, or their ability to move from point A to point B. Takes that down by 90%. That's really, really big. Also has a tremendous attack. And that attack is based on that attack affects his healing capability. So if you want a full heal in this game on max level heroes, Walla can do that, and do that through auto proc consistently with an Empower. He's also immune to a variety of conditions. He's kind of like the meat on the burger. Okay? And like Zeph was a pickle. Like it enriches the flavor. Our friend Walla is really the substance that is provided. So let's take a look at his build. I've got 2 different defensive talents on him. I still think, because he is immune to silence, I still think that Flame Guard plays a tremendous role for Walla. He's typically under attack, so I typically have him towards the center of my base. And with this, he can deflect basically more than half of the damage that he takes, and basically not take it, send it back to the enemy. Also gets a huge health bonus if you can take it up to highest skill level. Also have a Dragon's Cover. He is susceptible to reflect and deflect. I'm not too worried about it on Walla, because he's not attacking rapidly enough for the reflect to kill him off. He does a tremendous amount of damage, but it's typically not enough in reflect to come back and kill him before he's healed himself up again. There are circumstances, though, where cumulatively it can take him out over time. And I found that the damage reduction, as well as the reflect mitigation from Dragon's Cover, is a really nice effective pairing on the guy. Typically in a base defense scenario, whether I'm running Dragon's Cover or I'm running Flame Guard, I got an Empower insignia. If I had an Empower talent, I could do a Flame Guard insignia, a Dragon's Cover insignia, I could do a Wicked Armor insignia. All of these things would help him. I could do a Sacred Light if I had an Empower talent and I still wanted the ability to auto-proc, but I want to give him extra damage reduction. It's still a really, really nice talent on the guy. Old Man Walla has a Holy Conviction, and I would go Holy Conviction on this guy as like probably hero priority number one. It's like if you are newer to the game and you got a whole bunch of heroes that you got to still put an enchantment of some kind on, first time you roll a Holy Conviction, you put it on your Walla. And at any level, it'll help him to be a better Wallawalla. It increases his healing ability for himself. So he will absolutely go full health bar every time he procs. And in addition, gets a huge damage reduction. For equipment traits, I go with All Dodge. He is a defensive hero, but in a support role. Nobody's killing with their Wallawalla. Okay? They are allowing killing to happen with their Wallawalla. He's a support hero, but a great defender who allows the other 5 heroes to shine and to keep your base from getting 100%. For pets, Walla is in a supportive role as a base defender. I would go within the range of like 3 different kinds of pets on the guy. I think that Radiant Hawk, providing a heal and damage reduction, is a really, really great pet to have. I find that Cute Kitsune, providing a dodge boost as well as a heal, great to keep Walla alive. And you have 2 other pets. I'm looking at Cold Drake. I'm going to kind of put these 2 in the same category, as well as Bellicose Bull. I go back and forth between Cold Drake and Bellicose Bull often on Wallawalla. More often, these 2 pets on Walla than any other. The reason is I keep Walla towards the center of my base. And Bellicose Bull and Cold Drake both have an effect that is constantly activating and doesn't require Walla to get hit, be attacked, or do a direct attack, be in the process of attacking. So it's going to be reflecting 18% of damage every couple of seconds, also doing damage to enemies out there on the board, or doing enemy damage around the board and allowing nearby enemies to take more damage than they would under any other circumstances, as long as they're not damage capped. And our number 2 hero on the top 10 defensive heroes countdown, Rambard. Rambard is the backbone of any defense. He is going to provide reflect to a number of heroes on your team. He's going to provide a little bit of a heal. He's going to make them all tankier and give them the ability to survive. Only thing that Rambard can't do is revive your heroes when they're on defense. When you're attacking with Rambard, you can revive. But when you're in a defensive scenario, like you're going to be raided, or you're doing like Hero Be Monsters or Hero Trials, the revive will not be functioning. But everything else is going to be making a huge difference. I put Rambard at 2 because all of the heroes, including Wallawalla, that we've talked about so far on this list, unless there's a Rambard close by, all of those heroes die very, very quickly. They die very quickly because of Dynamica, the dreaded D word. And this is a hero that really did change things. I think that it is very advantageous to defenders in this game to have a Wallawalla and a Rambard on their team. I think that the 2 complement each other tremendously. You will not be getting a healer's effect from Rambard. He's a guy who heals some as kind of an afterthought. So you need a great healer and supporter like Wallawalla. Rambard takes your already healed and buffed heroes, provided by Walla, and now gives them like a shield and the ability to repel damage and actually survive in these scenarios. True Piety is still coming in as the number one talent on Rambard. It pairs with his skill ability, and under most circumstances, he can be nearly invulnerable. It is only a Dynamica that can really take him out in a matter of just a few seconds, but if you've got a supporter like a Wallawalla on your team, you're going to be okay for a little while. With the True Piety, I also have an Empower. He's an auto-proc hero, and he is the kind of hero that provides that great defense and a great support globally to your team, and he's not restricted by distance in this game. A little known fact, if you have and he didn't make the countdown, but if you have an occultist on your team, do not ever run occultist and Rambard together on the same team. Their effects tend to cancel each other out at the strangest times, and you will find that your heroes start dropping like flies at random moments. So keep those two away. They are oil and water. Rambard has the Empower for the auto-proc effect. When I'm running the Empower, I might be running a True Piety insignia. If I'm running a True Piety, I might be running an Empower. What's the difference? The difference is several thousand attack and insignia bonus, and also the ability to vary it. So, for example, with the Empower, I get a ton more options. All right, I can put a Soul Healer on this guy. I can put a Sacred Light. I can make him even tankier with any kind of damage-reducing insignia. It just gives me a lot of flexibility when I run the Empower. We're looking at base defenders, and you gotta at least have them stay alive in this game. You need some kind of damage reduction. Beauty of having it as an enchantment is it frees up your talent and your insignia slot. And you'll see in this game, in terms of numbers, you'll get far more attack, far more dodge, far more accuracy, far more critical ability, far more damage reduction, far more health through talents and insignia pairings than you ever will with a enchantment. This enchantment gives just enough damage reduction to heroes that the other two slots are free and you can be more experimental. For traits, I'm always going dodge on the man. He is a supportive hero. He has essentially no attack ability. He can certainly do damage against the enemy, but he's not a hero killer by any means. He's a lover, not a fighter. And with dodge, he's able to stay out of the way. Pets, cute Kitsune again to up dodge, provide an extra healing source. Radiant Hawk to provide damage reduction and an extra healing source. Tend to keep Ripper towards the center of my base, and so I will repeat what I said with Wallawalla, who came in at number 3. Rambard is a hero, keep in the center. Often Rambard and Wallawalla are side by side. And a pet like Cold Drake and Bellicose Bull, as well as the new Sullen Serpent. They are going to be auto-firing, auto-activating. So even if your hero is completely chilling on the inside of the base, not taking any damage, not doing anything, the pets are still working and working overtime, causing damage and a variety of effects against the enemy. And our number 1 hero, best defender in the game of Castle Clash, we have Dynamica. Dynamica is the newest dragon in Castle Clash. Dynamica really changed the tide, turned the tides of Castle Clash. Dynamica currently in this game is an extremely overpowered dragon, a hero that can beat any other hero in the game, and often do so even solo. This is the way with Castle Clash, and they will introduce a new dragon each year, and often it will be a game changer. But then as the months go on, we tend to have counter heroes, we tend to have counter talents and enchantments, pets that whittle down the abilities of those really OP heroes that are introduced. But we are still in the age of Dynamica, and he is still ruling the game. Dyna is the kind of hero that just turns everybody to paste. There's nobody who can get out of the way from his ability to do damage through damage caps over time, take out Dove Keepers in what is seemingly the blink of an eye, take out Zephs in just a matter of seconds, take out fellow Dynas. Depending on what kind of team you have, you can get the advantage against other Dynamicas. It's a hero that is the ultimate hero killer in Castle Clash. And a hero like that sitting on your base is definitely going to do two things. Number one is the most important. It makes people say, I'll skip that base. That has always been the number one defensive strategy in Castle Clash, where people just say, it's not worth waiting 10 minutes for my heroes to revive, or paying 10 gems to get my Wallawalla back. And they just skip on to the next base. And number two thing that it does, which is also a very effective strategy, it kills the heroes that attack. And Dyna can do that as long as you have a great support system. We've been team building throughout this list. And we have all these great defenders. And you can think about combinations now. And we look back at the list of heroes that have repeated themselves on the support and defensive countdown. And it has been Anubis, Phobos, Rune Master, Wallawalla, and Rambard. So already we have ourselves a great team. And Dyna would truly be the icing on the cake. This hero is susceptible to reflect and deflect damage, and that can be something that brings his health down over a period of time and can take him out. So make sure you have a Wicked Armor on him or a Dragon's Cover. He is also a hero that auto procs. So if you want to take advantage of that, you can as well with an Empower. I run some combo of either Wicked Armor and Empower. Empower, Dragon's Cover. But he's a hero that you can utilize in a whole bunch of different ways. He's a hero that you can customize and really tailor suit to your own playstyle because he has so many different ways to upgrade him. So you could do a Vigorous Fury if you happen to push his critical ability. You could do a Soul Healer to reduce the healing of the enemy, as well as give him some critical resist, which is very nice, as well as a huge health bonus. But I typically find myself jumping in between those about 5 different talents or insignias. Equipment, I go Holy Conviction on the man. With just this as his only means of damage reduction. Say we got an Empower and a Wicked Armor on the guy. He has no damage reduction of any kind. Just this Holy Conviction is enough to keep him alive against other Dynamicas. If I change the Holy Conviction, I find that my Dyna can get smoked pretty quick against other Dyna teams. This keeps him alive long enough that he is able to really get going. And once he gets rolling, once that damage cap kicks in and that immunity to all conditions starts to kick in, then he becomes his true best boss self. Little known fact, brief aside, he is a hero whose damage cap does not function until you get to that 50% health level. So theoretically, you want to kill Dynamica in this game, you can do so. You do so with a hero like a Bogeyman. You put all accuracy on your Bogeyman, or a pet that has all accuracy, but better to have accuracy traits on your Bogeyman and use the following pet: Punching Box. Bogeyman already does tremendous attack. You don't have to worry about that. You just want him to hit. That's why I go with accuracy on the guy. And you put a Punching Box on him. First, get rid of all the troops on a base. Once all the troops are gone, drop your bogey. And sometimes, I won't even say coins flip time, okay? But like a dice roll. Sometimes it is enough to take out a Dynamica with that Bogeyman strike. I do it all the time in Guild Wars. I don't go to the length during basic raiding in this game, but if I'm having trouble with the Dynamica, I clear the troops, drop the Bogeyman with high accuracy and Punching Box, do it 3-4 times, 4th time's a charm, baby. All accuracy on Dynamica. He is the best hero killer in the game by leaps and bounds. Okay, and you've got to be able to give him the accuracy level where he is able to hit the enemy, get it up to about 20,000 or so before he is consistently and effectively hitting heroes. The bonuses, I'm inside of the hero relic and assist system. The bonuses that are provided by the heroes that you choose in the green, white, or red slot, those bonuses are reflected on the exclamation point. Tap the exclamation point, you will see the bonuses that the attribute boosts that Dynamica will receive. That will vary based on the traits that you have chosen to put on your heroes, and that will vary from player to player. There are certain heroes, though, in both the green, white, and red faction that provide an extra boost, and their numbers are quite a bit higher than others. And you want to sort through there, especially with the fact that it does vary from player to player. But you will find like an incredible critical damage bonus from a hero like Heartbreaker. I put her in there. He's got the accuracy. Now he's got a great amount of critical damage. Find really, really high accuracy that I put on my Demo Gorgon. And it just gives Dynamica even greater accuracy effect. Only thing I'm missing is the ability to crit. And I have all crit on my Valen. And so by putting this in there, I give him crit, I give him crit damage, and even more accuracy to take out those really high dodge heroes or heroes that are boosting dodge in some way. When you put a hero in the hero assist system, the talent that you choose for the hero, it will make no difference. But the insignia and the pet that you choose to have on the hero that you place inside of a Dynamica or a Demon Stalker or a Young Spark, that pet and insignia choice will have an impact. Stealth has the highest attack bonus, the half-swinging sword, of any insignia at 9340. By placing a stealth insignia on Heartbreaker, and in this case Valen and Demo Gorgon, I'm given a huge attack statistic boost to Dynamica, and it's bringing them into an attack level of like 130,000. By having pets with a high attack, I can bring that up even higher. But if I put a dodge pet, for example, on Heartbreaker, I will notice then that Dynamica's dodge has increased. So it will vary from player to player, but you have the ability to really customize this. Pets, you can go almost anything on this guy. I would look for something that's going to help to either A, increase his attack, or B, increase his survivability in terms of giving him a little bit of damage reduction or a little bit of reflect or a little bit of healing. Again, we're back to the same 6 mutant pets that I consistently use in base defense scenarios. In this case, if we want to give him that extra boost in survivability, we can go with the Hawk again. I can go with a Kitsune if I want to give him a little extra dodge, as well as a healing process. If I want to push attack-based abilities, I can go with a Dire Wolf. I can give him that great attack strike provided by Brave Croc. I also have Sullen Serpent. Sullen Serpent, in my case, has accuracy traits. So now I get the huge accuracy boost, and the guy can't miss. He's almost at 50,000 accuracy, but also a great attacking pet and healing reduction pet. I can also do a Coldrake for a reflect capability. Coldrake is a pet that also does a tremendous amount of attack. And I find that on Dynamica, it's really nice to help him to get a little boost in survivability. He is susceptible to damage at the beginning of the round. At the moment you drop him out on the board, that's his danger time. But if he can get through those first couple of seconds and get that whole freight train rolling, there's really nothing that can stop this guy. Last but not least, we look at our relic system. I have all attack, all dodge, all crit. I won't be so bold as to say that there is any preferred group of attributes for this guy. when it comes to this relic system. If you are lucky enough to get a couple hundreds, just leave it, thank your lucky stars, and move on with your life to another hero. There's a very low probability of getting hundreds in this game. So once I got that, I just said, that looks like a great setup. So it just happens to be good for him. I think attack, I mean, if you were to choose, I think attack on the guy is really great, because the higher your attack, the more he's going to have the ability to take out other Dynamicas. And the higher your accuracy on this guy, the better, because if you have 3 100 dodges on your Dynamica, you got a Dynamica that really can't be hit, but also won't do any hitting. So higher your attack, higher your accuracy, the stronger a Dynamica you're going to have. And that was our top 10 defensive heroes countdown. And I think that if you pick any of those heroes and you start to mix and match and you make teams and you use those insignias, those talents, or some combo in the mix, it's not about right and wrong. It's about a spectrum of ideas that help to make these heroes the best that they can be. I think that your defense is going to really up, and you're going to be in a better situation when it comes to Guild Wars attacks, raiding in this game, Blitz Gauntlet, this, that, and the other thing. Heck, even here be monsters. I hope you are enjoying your clashing. I hope you are enjoying the heroes, and I hope you are enjoying your gaming. I will see you on the next video, and bye-bye.